Hello, everybody. Profound Games here, and sorry I'm a bit late on this, but here's my review of Night 2 of Wrestlemania 40. Let's get straight into this, no delaying. The opening match of Night 2, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, with Drew winning and finally gaining a world championship in front of a live audience. Really good match, by the way. I thought it was a really fun, enjoyable match. And I like how hot the opening of it was, with Drew McIntyre hitting Seth Rollins with the Claymore kick immediately and only getting a 2 count for it. Not quite winning, but almost winning. That was really cool. I like all the shit talking between CM Punk and Drew throughout the whole match. That was cool. And Drew finally winning a world championship in front of real people and not during the pandemic where there was no real people in attendance. That's great. That's a really good moment. Fantastic moment. But then out comes Damian Priest, who is now cashing in his Money in the Bank and beats Drew McIntyre and is now your new World Heavyweight Champion. Yep. That was a cool moment too. I like that. And then after that, we have the 6-man Philadelphia street fight between Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford, which make up a faction called the Pride. And then versus Karrion Kross, Akam, and Razar, who make up the Final Testament. This is the worst match on the card, easily. And also, despite Bubba Ray Dudley, yes, Bubba Ray Dudley being the special guest referee, it's still the most boring, whatever match on the card. It's an incredibly boring match. I don't remember much of anything from it. And it just happened earlier this month. And I don't remember much of anything from it other than Bubba Ray Dudley being the special guest referee and Snoop Dogg being on commentary for that match. Anyway, worst match on the card. Didn't really enjoy it all that much. And the next is LA Knight versus AJ Styles, with LA Knight taking the victory. It's okay. It's an alright match. AJ Styles is one of the greatest of all time, but this is a fairly average match. I think it could have went on a little longer. Again, LA Knight picking up the dub over AJ. And then the triple threat for the United States Championship, Logan Paul, who is currently the United States Champion, versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, with Logan Paul picking up the dub over both men and retaining his United States Championship. The part with I Show Speed and the Prime Bottle I thought was pretty funny. And then the finish was pretty fantastic too, with Kevin Owens having his pop-up powerbomb countered by Randy Orton's RKO, and then Logan Paul throwing Randy Orton out, hitting Kevin with a frog splash to retain. I thought was a very cool spot. That's a very enjoyable match, the triple threat. And then next after that, Bayley versus Io Sky for Io Sky's WWE Women's Championship, with Bayley winning and beating Io Sky and becoming a world champion for the first time in I think 4 years. So that was cool. Very fun, enjoyable match. I liked the part where Io Sky countered the rose plant by flipping out of it. I think that was great. Also, Bayley versus Io Sky for the women's championship is a very good match too. Very enjoyable. And then finally, we get to the main event, which was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in a Bloodline Rules match. This might be the craziest professional wrestling match I have ever seen in my life. This match is fucking insane. It's nuts. Run-ins from everybody, from every member of the Bloodline to John Cena and The Undertaker coming in to take out The Rock. That was an amazing spot. This is probably my favorite spectacle match of all time. I genuinely love the whole thing, all 33 minutes of the Bloodline Rules match. All 33 minutes and 25 seconds of it is very good. So yeah, generally, what do I think about night 2 overall? I think night 2 is slightly actually, I'd say about the same, 7.5 out of 10 rating. Actually, I think night 1 was a little bit better. Night 1 I'd say is like an 8 out of 10. Night 2 is, actually, I'll give them both 8s. Both 8s, night 1 and night 2, 8 out of 10. So the show overall, WrestleMania 40, all in all together, I'll give it an 8.5 for the whole show for both nights combined. Yep. WrestleMania 40, 8.5 out of 10. My favorite matches across the board, across the whole premium live event, were Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship, the six-pack ladder match, Sami Zayn versus Gunther, the Bloodline, which was The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, the Damian Priest's cash-in, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton triple threat United States Championship match, Bayley versus Io Sky WWE Women's Championship match, and then Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match, Bloodline Rules match. Those were my favorite matches on the card. Anyway, yeah, 8.5 out of 10 for WrestleMania 40, and I will see you in... Oh, there's a surprise video for Profon Games, so that surprise video will be the final video that I ever release for the channel. All right, see you when I release that video.